I bought my fly press last year and up till now I haven't used it properly. I've just tried it out a couple of times on the floor, and as you can see that doesn't work. It loses all of its force because it's not fixed down and the whole thing rotates. So as part of setting up my workshop, I'm going to make a stand for it. A fly press is an extremely versatile machine that I can't wait to get to grips with. I'm not 100% sure how I'll be using it, but I'm positive that it will get lots of use one way or another. If you're not sure what a fly press is, then stay around till the end and I'll show it in action and give a small taste of what it can do, even though I'm not even that sure what it can do yet myself. Because of the twisting action of the fly press, it's going to put a lot of force onto the stand, so I'm attempting to make these joints pretty strong. I'm not sure if this is a good method, but it looks like it'll work, so I'm going to give it a go. It will make more sense what I'm doing here as the video progresses. Now I'll put the legs aside and I'll start making the top with 50mm or 2-inch angle. Since I recently made my anvil stand video, I've been out and bought a new welder. I'm still not the best welder, nothing's changed there, but I reckon it's going to be a game changer. Now it needs bracing to add some strength, and I did cut that brace before I flipped the stand over ready to weld. Next I'll add some horizontal rails to tie the legs together to give it a bit more strength and also to hold the shelf. I put this brace in to stop the legs from distorting so they can't move. The feet are going to be bolted down as well, and the angle line isn't the thickest, but for a brace I think that's plenty strong enough and it should do the job. Because the fly press will transfer a lot of the force into the stand, I don't want it to twist this way either, so I've made braces for the sides and one for the back, and I'm going to weld those on here. And I've left the front open so I can access it for storage, and I may even put a drawer unit in there at a later date. I've just cut these pieces for the feet, but before I weld them on, I'll drill a hole in each one so the stand can be bolted to the floor. For the top, I'm sandwiching 3 pieces of 3/4 inch plywood, which should make a pretty sturdy top. And even though my fly press is very heavy, it isn't actually that heavy as far as fly presses go. I need to get the fly press onto the stand, but rather than ask a mate to come and help with the recent social distancing practices, I've decided to try and get the fly press onto the stand on my own. So this is my setup. It may not look the best idea, but it did go pretty smoothly. I'm placing bricks under just in case something goes wrong. Not that I think anything would go wrong, but the bricks should stop the fly press from falling and hitting the ground if anything were to happen. The ratchet was starting to struggle a bit, so I decided to add some leverage and take a bit of weight off while working the ratchet at the same time. And here the ratchet was full, so I needed to reset it and go again. And there we go, it's up. I didn't have to lift it and it wasn't too difficult at all. I made a shelf off camera and I didn't actually expect this to fit, but I thought I'd give it a go before cutting it in half and then refitting it. Here's the same piece of wood I used at the start when the fly press was on the floor and losing all of its force. I'll try it on the other end. I haven't bolted the stand down yet because I'm not exactly sure where I want to put it, but that is a huge difference. I made this punch and die when I first got the fly press, and it's to make label holders for drawer fronts. It does need a bit of work though, and it's something I'll try again at a later date. It can be used for bending and it could also be used for forging, but I haven't got any tools for that yet, but I'll definitely be making some. I'll be using it with my touch marks to punch my logo into my projects. And obviously the main thing for using a fly press is for pressing flies. And the way the fly press works, and sometimes it's called a screw press, and the reason is it's all about the screw. It's got a coarse and very steep thread on there, and with the weight on the handle, as you pull that round, it directs the force vertically straight down, and it has a lot of control as well. I think it's a very useful tool and I've been dying to use it for a long time. That wasn't one of my most exciting videos, but it was something that needed doing. Hopefully you enjoyed it anyway. If you did, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching and I'll see you on the next one.